Welcome, my dear friends, to Wilderness Cooking. Spring is in full bloom, dancing toward its final bow. As it makes its graceful exit, it leaves behind a trail of blossoms and beauty, nature's grand finale before the curtain falls. This season we have soared sky high, crafting dish after dish, each one stealing the spotlight in its own delicious way. Now, let's roll up our sleeves and dive into a dish that's the very soul of primal cooking. If you haven't yet, subscribe, and don't forget to like the video so we can keep this fire burning. Today's recipe marks a bold departure from our modern culinary comforts. We're stepping back in time, far back, cooking dinner in nothing less than a cow's skin. You're probably wondering, how on earth did I come up with that? Well, one lazy Sunday morning, I was leafing through a book on primal cooking when I stumbled upon a recipe that sent sparks flying through my imagination. It was an ancient stew, a rustic medley of meat and vegetables. In those early days, cowhide wasn't just for shelter or clothing. Our ancestors used it as cookware to fashioning makeshift cauldrons out of rawhide. They'd wrap the meat, herbs, greens, and root vegetables inside the skin, tie it tight like a sack, and hang it over an open fire to cook slowly and steadily. So now, I'm building the frame to suspend our stew. Cowhide is no featherweight, especially once it's packed with meat, so we need a sturdy structure to hold the weight. Back then, inventiveness wasn't a luxury. It was survival. Every trick in the book came from necessity, not novelty. Picture this. You're cooking outdoors, chopping carrots, when suddenly someone sneaks off with your meat. So they had to get creative, not just with flavors, but with food security too. Cooking in hide was a common practice. The skin retained moisture exceptionally well, resulting in a rich, hearty stew, a feast that was as nourishing as it was ingenious, capable of feeding the entire tribe. Now, before the first pots and cauldrons were ever forged by hand, people had to find other ways to cook. Clay hadn't yet been shaped into vessels, and metal was a distant dream. Instead, they turned to what they had: animal hides, hot stones, and a roaring fire. It was culinary improvisation at its finest. These early methods laid the foundation for everything that came after, a proof that even without modern tools, a good meal was always within reach. Once everything is tucked inside the hide, the real transformation begins. The cow's skin, soaked and supple, becomes a vessel not merely containing the stew, but shaping it, holding in every drop of moisture and flavor. Suspended over the fire, it doesn't burn. It simmers slowly, like the patient rhythm of time itself. Thankfully, we're lucky to live in times when cooking doesn't demand quite as much sweat and survival instinct. But still, let's not get too comfortable. The tools you use in the kitchen matter. They shape the quality of your dinner. So, if you're on the hunt for tap-tier knives, have a look at my online shop. Just scan the QR code and see what suits your kitchen best. As I dug deeper into the history of ancient cooking, I discovered other fascinating methods from around the world. For instance, in different regions, people made use of what their landscapes provided. In the tropics, banana leaves and bamboo were used as natural cookware. Across the Arctic, seal stomachs doubled as boiling sacks, while in desert lands, dough was buried beneath hot sands and left to bake beneath the surface. Geography wrote the menu, necessity penned the technique. Even now, as modern cooks, we're part of that long tradition. We may have swapped rawhide for cast iron or bamboo for stainless steel, but the principle remains. The better your tools, the better your outcome. And that's not just old wisdom, it's common sense dressed in an apron. Now, let's get back to our stew. The hide is tightening, the aroma is deepening, and it won't be long before this ancient cooking method reveals its secret when treated with care can yield something utterly extraordinary. But before we unveil the main course, how about a moment of pause? It's tea time. Around us, the mountains shift moods like a poet in thought. Spring is clinging to the valleys, but higher up, snow still lingers in the shadows. Seasons in the mountains don't follow a strict calendar. They dance, overlap, whisper to one another. And in that dance, we cook, we rest, we observe. At last, the moment we've waited for. Dinner is ready. The cow's skin, tightened, charred in places, has held firm through the fire's embrace, sealing in every ounce of flavor. Let's open it up and see what awaits inside. The aroma hits instantly, rich, smoky, layered with slow-cooked vegetables and deeply tender beef. It's not just a meal, it's a kind of time travel, a dish that carries the memory of ancient hands, flickering fires, and the very first experiments with flame. Now for the tasting. The meat yields effortlessly, falling apart at the touch. The vegetables are soft but not marshy, steeped in flavor. Every bite is hearty and honest. That's all for today, friends. Thanks for watching this time travel cooking. Super! If you enjoyed this journey through time and taste, don't forget to like the video and subscribe.